Hello everyone, this is the Volkswagen Id.4 2024, the new model with the new APP 550 motor in the rear, and we have ID software 4.0 on there. And today I'm gonna do a range test with this car at 130 kilometers an hour on the highway. Where else would I do that? And I'm charging to 90%. Can do more today, 90%, then drive it down to around 10%, arrive at the same location, just a different charger on the other side. It's not that warm today, but still fine. It's sunny. I don't think I need too much heat. This car is a heat pump. I don't think in these temperatures it does too much. Yes, and I'm very excited. This car has 21-inch summer tires on. That will influence the consumption a bit. But still, we have to test it. It's amazing because the new motor should be more efficient than the old motor, even though it has more power. We charge with 69 kilowatt at 77%. I preheated the battery first on the way home and then on the way to the charger, and it was already warm when I left home to here. It's around 25 kilometers or so. And look at the beautiful car and the beautiful rims. Those rims look good, and they're the same as before. So the exterior hasn't changed that much, except now it doesn't say Pure Pro or GTX here anymore. That's gone. Everything that's important is under the hood, like the motor, the new hardware that starts the software way faster and can do more, like Spotify, like preheating the battery with a button or with navigating. And by the way, of course we have that off, so we'll be navigating back to the charger, but I have the option off that it does preheat the battery, so the consumption is not different. We don't want to interfere with the consumption at all. I'm on my way. It's extremely busy, millions of trucks. There's a reason why I don't do usually those tests. I do them only on Sunday where trucks aren't allowed on the highway. But this Sunday I didn't have time to do this test again. I filmed other videos, and on Thursday another car is coming and I have to film with that car next Sunday, so I won't be able to do it with this car. I'm sorry. So I'm guessing my average speed will be a bit lower and the consumption a bit higher, since I have to slow down, speed up, slow down, speed up, stuff like this. I'm driving 133 on the speedometer. You can see it on the head-up display here as well, which is awesome. My heat setting is on 20.5 degrees. I'm not thinking that it's too much heat that it's using right now. I have my jacket on, so I don't need too much heat today because I really want a good result here. As with every car, by the way, I always try to use as least of heat that I need, but I want to be comfortable. So if I'm cold, I will turn it up. That's for sure. And I drove 23 kilometers. I'm already at 83%. Consumption is 212, and I'm in comfort mode. I'm in individual mode, but the drive mode is in comfort. No AC on, by the way. I was just at 65%. and I drove 89 kilometers, which is 356 kilometers of full range. My average speed is pretty low. A lot of trucks are passing, and then I have to drive slow, and that's why I'm driving a bit faster right now, 140. Yes, it's not the same as driving 130, but my consumption is also lower because of me driving slow. And so I did this, and my heat is now at 21.5 degrees because it was a bit cold, and now it's nice and comfy. And I've seen, for whatever reason, my internet is out in the car. I don't know why. So for the last half hour or so. It's weird. Yeah, I hope when I switch highways in 20 kilometers or so, 30, that and then I'm driving not north south, I'm then driving west east. I hope there's less traffic. I broke the car. So before I saw that my internet connection was suddenly gone, so I thought, let's just restart. Let's restart the infotainment system with long press on the off button here. And now the navigation doesn't work, so it doesn't, the GPS, it doesn't know where I am. And it tells me the whole time there's no data for this area, and it's driving I don't know where. Yeah, that's weird. I restarted another time, didn't change anything. I guess it needs to park for 15 minutes like in the old days. I never had that with my ID.7. I never had it in this car. Everything worked so far, but then like I said, I saw that the internet connection was gone, and I turned this off and on a few times, didn't do anything. It never happened to me in any other car. Yeah. And now, like I said, it thinks I'm somewhere in Passau, and I'm not. I'm driving 120 in an 80 zone. What it thinks, because the map tells it there's 80 here. So this is not nice. I get beeps the whole time that there's no data for this area, and like I said, no internet like this, and it beeps. No GPS and no internet, and that's bad, and this too. But I have this car for a week, exactly today a week, and this is the first time this happened. It worked perfectly before, so I think, I don't know if it's a glitch. I hope this doesn't happen again. So after it relaxes a bit at some point. I'm at 40%, so I used 50% of the battery and drove 170 kilometers. So full range would be 340 at an average speed of 121, consumption 219. It went up with my driving 140, but like I said, I only did it for 30 kilometers or so. Since then I drove 133, because here I'm now on the new highway, the different highway, and here I can just drive the speed. It's amazing, less trucks. But I have to go back and drive the last 30 kilometers of this range test again on the horrible highway. So how is the ID.4 on the highway on a long distance trip? Well, if it would work normally. And we did a drive yesterday with ID.7 versus ID.4, and it worked, everything worked perfect. So I don't know what this is, if it's a glitch or something's broken. No idea. Never had that before. And I have 4. You see them rarely. Yes, but overall it's very comfortable. At 130, it's good noise level. It's not extremely quiet. But it's not loud at all. It's just fine. It's very comfortable. The steering is amazing. Cruise control is amazing, as we know from Volkswagen. They do it really nicely. I get error messages. And the self-steering is incredible, because it's not just steering very well, which is amazing. It's also, it recognizes my touch just by a slight touch here on either side. So I'm just here, very comfortable, and it knows that I'm here. There's no, I have to steer against it, I have to press very hard. That's awesome. I have navigated back to the charger, 89 kilometers to go. I have 115 kilometers of range, so 26 kilometers margin. I hope that's fine. Usually on the way back here, it's a bit less consumption, then it goes up for about 20 kilometers, and the last 10 kilometers is nothing because it's bigger downhill. So I hope I don't have to slow down or anything. I don't want to. I'm on the stretch where it is a bit uphill, so higher consumption, and I'm at 12% and have 36 kilometers of range and 27 kilometers to go. So I have 9 kilometers of safety here. That's not too much. Consumption goes up and up. Now come, focus. Since I turned around, it went from 22.3 to 22.8. Huh. Which is unusual. Here right now I would get it, but on the way back we must be having headwind. Yeah, that's not nice. But it's gonna be, oh, now it's 8 kilometers. I'm 34 kilometers of range and 26 to go. But I'm gonna do it. Come on, it must be possible. This video was supported by Maingau Autostrom. With Maingau, you can charge at over 550,000 charging stalls all over Europe. And you can start your charging process with the card, with the app, or with tiny little chip here that you can put on your keychain. It's amazing, it's tiny and small. If you're interested in Maingau Autostrom, there's a link in the description below. I arrived with 4%, 10 kilometers of range left. I did it. Average consumption is 226 watt-hours per kilometer, 286 kilometers driven, 288 kilometers says Google Maps what it should be, and it was just 121 kilometers per hour average speed. Look at the burned out mobile. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah. The front is all burned out, and I have never seen this parking space so empty, because I'm usually here on a Sunday where the trucks have to park. This is totally empty in here too. Totally weird. So when I take the 288 kilometers that I should have been driven, and the 86% that I used from the battery, I get to 300, what was it? 335 or 345? I can't remember now. 335 kilometers. 335 kilometers of range. I was expecting a bit more today. It was 7 to 9 degrees, something like this. The heat didn't do too much. I made one mistake. I have the seat belts of our dog still in there because I was transporting our 3 dogs in the car, and the seat belts, when they're in, it's heating up the rear as well, but the heat was at 21 degrees and usually at 20.5. So it heated up a bit and a bit more because of the rear seats, but not amazingly strong, I don't think so. And it has a heat pump. I know at these temperatures maybe the heat pump is not that efficient. I have no idea what temperature the efficiency of this heat pump is the best. But it is still an SUV. We tested an Skoda Enyaq with the old motor and the new motor, and it was, I think, 8%, or was it 7%? I think I put the number here if I'm mistaken here. 7% difference in consumption at around 130, and the Enyaq is very close to the Id.4, so it should be the same. That's not gigantic, but it's also better than nothing, and you get more power. So why not be a bit more efficient and have more power? And with the new software, well, which didn't work today very well, I would put in here if the arrow continued or it was just gone after falling asleep, and then it worked again. But yes, if you want to follow me on Instagram, BatteryLife1, and if you want to support the channel, there's a Patreon link in the description below, and here on YouTube there's also channel membership. But that's it for me. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great day and take care. Bye.